a question about the video of Earth from space, where you said it took a year for the polar caps, to melt and then refreeze, and you equated that to a breath. Is that right, or am I on misunderstanding? And where did it come from again?
Yeah. Okay. So the image that was an animation made off of footage that NASA took for over 20 years. And so they just filmed Earth from a satellite, and that is, yeah, each breath is a full year of like time lapse. And that's what it looks like as the ice expands during the winter in the northern hemisphere, and then contracts during the summer. And you see the vegetation grow, and then go back to dormant. All that within the yearly cycle. And the first time I saw that image, it was just it looked so clearly to be like an object breathing. It was like in full expansion and out and over, and it's pretty interesting. Like in Hindu, like they talk about the God, that is breathing the universe out and breathing it back in over and over eons of time. Like these repetitive images just show up through all different philosophies and faiths. And it's really cool too. And when we see like a visual image of what it actually looks like, on our planet, the same way that just really makes me feel like it is a living, breathing thing. And we need to remember to honor that and treat it as it was, which I think more and more people are waking up to it. But thank you, Diana. I really appreciate your all your different observations. And
yeah, thank you. I wanted to get it down because I want to tell other people this, and I wanted to have the background where it came from, and also because I got so awed by it I couldn't write it down when you were showing it and telling us about it. So thank you very much.
Sure. Yeah, you can even just go to YouTube and type NASA breathing Earth, and it pulls up a whole bunch of different videos. Some show with like carbon dioxide and concentration, and I went with the lightest one for this day, but it has some interesting videos out there.
I have one last question, Chris. Since you always come with these interesting things, is there how can a person do this for, like, in a way you're sort of preaching to the choir, people that are open to what you're going to say? How can we get this out to people who don't know and would probably be awed, because you just rekindled the awe? And how can we do that? Do you have any suggestion for me?
Oh man, that's
a tough one. I realize that, but I mean, and yeah.
The thing that popped into my mind just right off the bat when you started asking that was just invite somebody to go out into nature with you. And when we're in these spaces, I think it's inevitable that you'll feel some sort of a connection, whether you recognize it or not. And so maybe just getting more people out into these spaces when we can start to have these conversations. Yeah. Otherwise, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. A lot of people that if you suggest it, that if they're not drawn to nature, they're just going to kind of blow you off. But if
yes, I've had that happen. Yes. Yeah. But I just, well, maybe I have to go at it metaphysically, I guess, with imagination again, or I don't know. Okay, but thank you so much for listening. Yeah. And thank you.
I think we have a lot of power one-on-one. So even just inviting somebody to come over and do some gardening, or here, smell this earth, smell this for a second. And, just inviting people into the presence, and kind of let nature take its course, I guess.